One of these cities was an oil field full of roughnecks. The other was a farm town called Goat Hill. Today, they're two of the most desirable cities in coastal Orange County, and choosing between them is harder than you think. If we haven't met yet, I'm Christine Donovan, real estate broker and practicing attorney here in coastal Orange County. Fourth generation in real estate, third generation in this specific part of California. I grew up in Newport Beach. I've lived in Costa Mesa for 30 years, and my mom has been watching both of these cities change since before I was born. You'll hear from her memories today, too. This is not the postcard version of either city. This is what they were and what they are and who each one is really for. Let's start with Huntington Beach because Surf City was not its first identity. Its first identity was oil. They struck it in 1920, and the sleepy little beach town turned into a boom town almost overnight. Wooden derricks along the coast, roughnecks working the fields. The high school teams are still called the Oilers, and that's not a coincidence. That's the DNA of the city. And you can still find working oil wells tucked into neighborhoods today if you know where to slow down and look for them. Here's one of my favorite pieces of Huntington Beach history, and almost nobody knows it. The Encyclopedia lots. About 100 years ago, land here was such a hard sell that the promoters bundled it with Encyclopedia sets. Buy the books, get a skinny little lot thrown in. Many of them just 25 feet wide, lined up next to each other like a row of volumes on a shelf. The lots were considered nearly worthless, swampy, undesirable. Then they discovered oil underneath some of them. Buy the books, get the land, strike oil. You cannot make this up. And that swampy ground was real. The north end of Huntington Beach was once called the peatlands. The soil was such a bog that workhorses wore wide wooden shoes to keep from sinking in. My mom remembers driving down Brookhurst and Beach Boulevard when it was still like that. When it rained, both sides of the road would flood, especially through Fountain Valley. She'd come down Beach Boulevard all the way from Whittier, and this was the end of the line, a beach town and a swamp all at once. Quick one before we get to Goat Hill. Drop a comment and tell me, did you know either of these cities back then, or did you arrive after the transformation? I read every comment, and the older memories are my favorite. Costa Mesa's origin story is just as unglamorous. I asked my mom what she thought of when she heard Costa Mesa growing up. Her first answer, no hesitation, Goat Hill. That was the nickname, a farm town on the bluff above Newport, fields and livestock where the neighborhoods are today. Her words, it was the red-headed stepchild of Newport Beach. It was where the shopping was compared to the peninsula. It was where things cost less. Harbor Boulevard has had car dealerships for as long as she can remember. Newport was the address and Costa Mesa was the errand. And here's the payoff most people walk right past. There's a bar on Newport Boulevard called the Goat Hill Tavern. It's where many of us have celebrated our 21st birthday. I bet most of the people inside of it have no idea why it carries that name, and now you do. And the lima bean fields, a farming family named Segerstrom worked this land. Their name is now on the Segerstrom Center for the Arts, and their fields became South Coast Plaza. The marshlands at the city's northern edge even had its own name back then, Gospel Swamp, for the traveling preachers who held tent revivals out in it. It reached down near where South Coast Plaza sits today. From lima beans and a swamp to one of the highest grossing shopping centers in the country. Goat Hill did all right for itself. Fast forward to now, Huntington Beach became Surf City, and it's earned it. 8.5 miles of continuous sand, a bike path running nearly 10 miles right along the beach, the same place my mother used to ride. The pier, the US Open of Surfing, which I still think of as the OP Pro, the biggest 4th of July parade west of the Mississippi. More than 120 years running, 500,000 people regularly in attendance, fireworks over the ocean, bonfires on the sand. Main Street has changed enormously. My mom and I both remember it as a sleepy surfer strip. One-story buildings, t-shirt shops, board shops. Today it's built up and busy, flanked by Pacific City, a full dining and shopping destination. Some locals miss the old version. Most are proud of what it became. Both things can be true. Costa Mesa went a different direction. Huntington Beach poured everything into that one identity. Costa Mesa never picked one, and that became its identity. 16 square miles, and it changes character block to block. West Side, surf and skate culture, an industrial edge, and the Santa Ana River Trail, which you can ride straight down to the sand at Huntington State Beach. East Side, 17th Street corridor, walkable dining and shopping specific to that area, not the whole neighborhood. Mesa Verde, quieter, bigger lots, the golf course, Fairview Park, 208 acres of open space with the Talbert Nature Preserve beside it. Plus the Segerstrom Center, South Coast Plaza, the Lab, the camp over on Bristol, the OC Fair every summer. Here's where it gets interesting for buyers because the price story surprises almost everyone. If you look at citywide medians in these two cities, they land in a similar range, both in the low to mid seven figures. But the medians hide something. Huntington Beach has a much wider price range than almost anyone expects. Inland, you'll find neighborhoods that come in below Costa Mesa. Along Pacific Coast Highway near the pier in Seacliff, the numbers climb. And then there's Huntington Harbor. Waterfront homes, private docks, multi-million-dollar estates on man-made islands. And here's the part I love as a third-generation local. 60 years ago, Huntington Harbor was a wetland. Swamps. In 1963, they dredged it, filled it, and spent $200 million building islands where the estuary used to be. Some of the most expensive real estate in Huntington Beach sits on land that was underwater at high tide. Oil fields, goat hills, swamps. This entire coastline was built on land somebody once considered worthless. Let that sink in the next time someone tells you they're waiting for prices to make sense. Costa Mesa's range is tighter. The premium sits on the east side near the Newport line and in Mesa Verde. West side and the central neighborhoods give you more room for the money. Don't misread that. Costa Mesa gets expensive too. The top of this market surprises people. The difference is the spread. Huntington Beach runs a little wider in both directions. Lower entry point, inland, taller ceiling, on the water. Costa Mesa plays in a slightly tighter band. If you're trying to figure out where you fit in all of this, I put together a free Costa Mesa relocation guide. The breakdown of the neighborhoods, price ranges, and what daily life here really looks like. It's linked below, no cost, no catch. Strip away the history and the numbers, and here's the real difference. Huntington Beach organizes itself around the beach, the parade, the surf contest, the name itself, the identity of the whole city faces the water, even though much of the city sits well inland of the beach. The beach is still the center of gravity. Costa Mesa doesn't organize itself around any one thing. The arts, the food, the fair, the trails, the freeway, it's a city you assemble your own life from. One strong gravitational pull or several you can mix. That's the real choice. Here's my advice. The same thing I tell my buyers. You cannot pick between these two cities from a video, including this one. Spend an ordinary weekday in each, not a Saturday at the pier, a Tuesday. Run an errand, get that coffee, sit in the traffic. One of them will start to feel like your life. That feeling is data. Trust it. Huntington Beach fits you if you want to be part of a city with one strong, proud identity. If the beach is the center of your week, the neighborhoods near the sand deliver a life Costa Mesa genuinely cannot match. And if it isn't, Huntington Beach is a big city. Inland homes offer a way in at prices that surprise people. If a town that throws a parade 500,000 people show up for sounds like home, Huntington Beach is your city. Costa Mesa fits if you want range. If you like the beach close by, but don't need it right outside your window. If arts, dining, parks, and a central location shape your week more than the sand does. If being minutes from Newport, Huntington, the airport, and 3 freeways is worth more to you than a single identity. Costa Mesa is a deliberate choice, not a consolation prize. I know, I picked it, and I've stayed here for 30 years. Here's what I want to leave you with. An oil field, a goat hill, a swamp. That's what this coastline was within living memory, my mom's memory. Nobody wanted this land. Now everybody does. The question was never which city is better. It's which city fits the life you really live. Pick the one that fits your Tuesday. If you're thinking about buying in coastal Orange County, Huntington Beach, Costa Mesa, Newport, or anywhere nearby, and you want to talk through whether the neighborhoods and the numbers make sense for you, for your situation, reach out. My contact information is below. I work with buyers at every price point in this market, and if you're moving somewhere else entirely, I have a strong network of agents I trust across the country. Wherever you're headed, I can help you get the right person in your corner. Grab the free relocation guide below, take a look at the website, or book a call and we'll talk it through. And if you haven't subscribed yet, I put out a new video every Thursday at 7 p.m. on what it's really like to buy, sell, and live in coastal Orange County. No fluff, no sugarcoating, just clarity. I'm Christine Donovan, broker, attorney, clarity first, strategy that sells, and I'll see you in the next one.